An Indian Commerce Ministry team will soon visit Washington for another round of talks with the US for a proposed trade pact. Now, as per government sources to NDTV Profit, the negotiations will in fact happen on both the interim and the first phase of the bilateral trade agreement during the visit. Now, the visit dates have not yet been made public or have been finalized. However, sources are saying that the team is expected to visit Washington as early as next week. Meanwhile, earlier this month, the Indian team led by Chief Negotiator Rajesh Agrawal returned from Washington after concluding talks on the pact. My colleague Rishabh joins us for more on this. Rishabh, what can we expect from this second visit? And is India looking to, in fact, seal the mini deal by the August 1st deadline?
Right, Arjun, what we're picking up is the fact that firstly, this is not the second visit that will happen. This is perhaps the third or fourth visit that this team of negotiators led by Special Secretary of the Commerce Department, Rajesh Agrawal, will be undertaking to Washington. This is perhaps the fourth visit that will be undertaken, and this comes obviously under the context that a trade deal or an interim trade deal or a mini trade deal was expected to be finalized around the July 9 tariff pause deadline, but that has not happened. We're at July 10th today, and we don't see a sign of a deal. In fact, there is another round of trade talks that is scheduled to happen. That has happened obviously because of certain uncertainties that have come in from the American side and certain key red lines that India has stuck to in terms of the uncertainties that have been brought on by the Trump administration. One is, of course, the BRICS tariff. There is an additional 10% BRICS tariff that Trump has threatened BRICS countries with, which BRICS, obviously, India is also a part of that country grouping. That is one. Then there is the pressure of additional tariffs coming in the form of US-Russia relations souring, and because India imports a lot of oil from Russia, there is a threat of that import also being tariffed as high as 500%, given that Trump is set to also introduce a bill and approve that bill as well. Those are the uncertainties from the American side. From the Indian side has stuck to agriculture, dairy, by not budging on that in terms of market access for American companies, and that is something that is proving to be a sour spot in terms of trade talks between the two countries. Now, the tariff pause deadline has shifted to August 1st, so that is what we are also expecting, a deal before August 1st perhaps, and obviously the visit by the Indian negotiators prior to that August 1st deadline.
Rishabh, are you picking anything in relation to India relaxing or stepping back when it comes to dairy and agri products, as you mentioned?
Arjun, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal has maintained that each and every FTA that India signs will be made keeping national interests in mind. And when he says national interests, he specified that he also means the interests of India's farmers, given that India is a very large agrarian economy still. A large part of our population still depends on their very small and medium-sized land holdings for their livelihoods, and any sort of an impact coming in from agri or dairy, be it GM or non-GM crops, it could prove to be a blow for these livelihoods. So it is yet to see whether India will relax any of these import quotas for agri or dairy. It is possible that certain thresholds are introduced, but we have no clarity or confirmation on that so far.
Thank you so much for putting things in perspective there, Rishabh.